Hello, my name is Art Sparks. I'm the chairman of the Joint Economic Development Corporation, and we're very happy to have you tonight in this very unusual chamber banquet. Our first annual virtual chamber banquet, and hopefully our last annual virtual banquet. I want to talk about and tell you about our sponsors that we've got that helped us put this banquet on and helped us be able to send it out via Facebook. Our platinum sponsor is Commercial Bank and Trust. Our award sponsor is Tencom Technology. Our gold sponsors are ATA, Advance Auto Part, Discovery Park of America, First Citizens National Bank, Gibson Connect, Twin Oaks Technology. Our silver sponsors are Baptist Memorial Hospital, Thunderbolt Broadcasting, and now we'll go to the sponsors.
At Tencom Services, we've been managing computer networks since 2002, and we're working hard for our clients to meet the challenges of today. If you're tired of worrying about your IT, let us take care of it for you. Learn more at tencom.net.
Thank you very much. Of course, technical difficulties sometimes happen when you're putting on something for the first time. For 2020, the Joint Economic Development Council has had a lot of exciting events that have happened this year. Excel Boats had a groundbreaking, or actually I should say a demolition day, but it was held to celebrate 175 new jobs and $10 million capital investment. Owner Glenn Foreman and J. Paul Jackson, who's the business operations manager, was in town, and hopefully we're going to have another grand opening at some point in time as they complete more boats out there. They actually had a job fair. They were trying to get 175 people. They had over 200 people that applied within 4 hours. In August of this year, the first boat was produced at the Union City facility. Another thing that happened, Governor Leake, Commissioner Rolfe announced that Tyson Foods has again expanded its Union City operations. Tyson, of course, is the world's largest food company, and they have invested an additional $87.6 million into Union City and created another 230 jobs by the end of 2020. This is on top of a 2017 investment of about $80 million and 300 new jobs. Another exciting thing was at the Northwest Tennessee Regional Industrial Center, we earned the Canadian National Railway certification. That's very exciting to us because that puts Canadian National out there attempting to bring in jobs for Obion County. I-69, several of us went up and visited with the Commissioner of Transportation in Nashville. They assured us that I-69 was and will continue to be a priority. We are hoping to be driving by the fall of 2023 on the loop around Union City. Several of the sections have already been completed with the exception of the actual paving. Another thing that happened was that Obion County was recertified as a 3-star program. That's something that comes along every so often, and you have to do that to get the grants, but it's very exciting because it forces us to be a certified community within the industrial development. Union City and Obion County were also awarded a Tennessee 3-star grant for master planning the downtown Union City. It's a very interesting thing that we're trying to do to make downtown Union City a little bit better. Kenten Regional Rail Partnership, there continues to be work done on attempting to put Cades Landing and the Hickman Port and the Union City and Dyersburg all together with some rail services that we think will help out the Cades Landing port there. Kenten and Troy were both awarded a Tennessee ECD infrastructure planning grants. Tyson made a donation to the city of Kenten for road infrastructure, again showing what a great community partner Tyson is. Obion County was selected for the Tennessee ECD's Retail Academy 201. The Obion County Central High School new Megatronics program begins. That is a huge thing for Obion County industrial recruitment because Megatronics is the way things are going, and it trains the kids that are going through high school on how to work with some of the equipment that they're going to run into in some of the industries when they get out of school. Baptist Memorial Hospital continues to do well. In fact, Governor Lee announced the final distribution of $10 million in small and rural hospital readiness grants to support the smaller hospitals that are facing financial strain due to the ongoing COVID-19. We've had a good year, even with the restrictions of COVID-19. There haven't been as many industrial visits and things like that, but the staff with the Joint Economic Development Council and Chamber continue to work to bring Obion County to the forefront. Our keynote speaker tonight is Dr. Lisa Piercy. She was honored to join Governor Bill Lee's cabinet upon his inauguration in January of 2019 as the 14th Commissioner for the Tennessee Department of Health. Preceding her public service, Dr. Piercy spent a decade in health systems operation, most recently as Executive Vice President of West Tennessee Healthcare, a public not-for-profit health system with over 7,000 employees servicing 22 counties. Dr. Piercy is board certified by the American Board of Pediatrics in both general pediatrics and the specialty field of child abuse pediatrics. She has remained active in evaluating children for suspected abuse and neglect and serves in a volunteer capacity as medical director for the Madison County Child Advocacy Center and a faculty member at Vanderbilt University School of Medicine. Professional awards include Senior Healthcare Executive of the Year in 2016, Rural Healthcare Executive of the Year 2017, and the West Star Make a Difference Award in 2018. She received her bachelor's degree in chemistry from Lipscomb University, her MD degree and pediatrics residency training from the East Tennessee State University Quillen College of Medicine, and her MBA from Bethel University. Both Dr. Piercy and her husband David, who is an industrial safety specialist, are West Tennessee natives and have 4 children. In her personal time, she enjoys cooking, traveling, drumming, and competing in triathlons. We were talking before we got up here, and she said, you know, when Governor Lee approached her to be the Tennessee Department of Health, had he told her about COVID-19, she might not be here tonight to talk to us. But we look forward to having Dr. Piercy here, who's going to give us some facts and discuss some of the pandemic that we've been going through. Dr. Piercy.
Thank you, Art. Thank you, Portis and Lindsay and everybody for having me. I did tell Art that somebody lied to me and told me that this would be a fun job, and it is indeed fulfilling and rewarding, but right now it's pretty tiring and taxing. But that's what Governor Lee and I are in office for. We're here to serve you and serve the public, and we are very grateful and blessed to do so. The interesting thing about Art's comments related to, kind of what I was thinking when I took office, it reminded me just a couple of nights ago, the Gibson County Chamber Banquet was, they had their banquet a couple of nights ago. And I remembered I was a speaker at the Gibson County Chamber Banquet last year. I'm a Gibson County native and actually still live in Gibson County. And so it was an honor to speak there. And I thought, what did I speak on a year ago? And a year ago, I couldn't find my notes, and so I don't remember the details, but I remember the title. And the title was The 10 Things That Keep Me Up at Night as a Health Commissioner. And turns out a global pandemic was not one of them. And I didn't know this was going to happen. None of us knew this was going to happen. But yet here we are, and we're tackling it in true Tennessee spirit, and I'm proud of the way that our state has responded. So just a little background on how I got to the 10 things that kept me awake. I guess I was a really big David Letterman fan when I was a teenager, still am. And so these lists kind of come naturally to me. So that was the top 10 things that kept me awake. Tonight, I've got the top 5 surprises that I've encountered during the pandemic. Preview, not all of them are pleasant. The first one is pleasant, though, and the first one is how quickly innovations worked. You know, we didn't think anything really was going on at the end of February, but by the beginning of March, and our first case, just as a reminder, was on March 5th, so that wasn't that long ago, although I recognize it seems like an eternity. You know, we were pretty quick as a state and as a nation to challenge ourselves into how do we continue going on about our normal lives? How do we work? How do we receive health care? How do we do the things that we normally do in this environment where movement is restricted and interactions need to be restricted some? So I know some of you, or probably many of you, have become familiar with remote work and work from home, and all of us parents have become familiar with school at home or some type of hybrid method. And I bet you that if you had asked yourself or asked your colleagues a year ago, could XYZ job be done from home? You would say, oh, no, not really. Turns out it can. And so those are the kind of innovations that help us move forward faster in our businesses and in our lives. The other thing as it pertains to healthcare is telehealth. And, this is something that we had some experience with prior to the pandemic, but it wasn't very widespread and it was pretty limited to certain disease states. Now we're pretty comfortable giving telehealth consults to many, many more conditions. These things and other policy changes are ones that it's going to take a while before we figure out what the long-term impact is. But I would submit that this challenge, like many challenges, has helped us innovate further and faster than we ever would on our own. So that was number 1. Number 2, biggest surprise of the pandemic, is the depth of data demanded. I'm a scientist by training, and so data and numbers, that kind of comes naturally to me. And I guess I had never really thought that was of interest or really significant and prolonged interest to other people. But obviously, it has been a significant point of interest and something that we want to be very transparent about. I will admit to you, if you haven't heard a physician articulate this before, it kind of doesn't really make us nervous to share data, but that's not something that we've always been accustomed to doing. And that's just cultural and societal. It's gotten better recently with the advent of patient portals and open medical records, but that's something that's been, like, this is in the physician and science realm, and this is in the public realm. Those lines have been completely blurred and really removed altogether now. The thing that we have to really struggle with is how we balance transparency and patient privacy. That's another thing, if you have ever talked to a physician or been around one, or any medical provider for that matter, we take patient privacy extraordinarily seriously. And the impetus for sharing a lot of the data is more public curiosity and public demand, and not so much individual patient treatment or patient outcomes. And that's different for physicians, and that's different for the medical sector. And so that's been something that we've had to learn, is how do we balance responding to the demand for data with patient privacy and patient rights. It's something that we take very seriously here in Tennessee and have made significant steps to not demand data from patients that is not absolutely necessary, and to not do some of the things that would admittedly help us with our contact tracing, for example. Some states turn on GPS tracking and actually track the movement of people who are infected with the disease. So, would that help us know who their contacts are better? Sure. Is that something that we choose to not do? We choose not to do that because we respect patients' privacy and individual rights. Another surprise that I guess maybe not a super surprise, but I wish it weren't true, and it's that misinformation is nearly impossible to overcome. And I think part of that is because, whether we like it or not, a primary source, maybe the primary source of information for a lot of people now is social media. And regardless of what my teenagers think, not everything on social media is true. Not everything on the internet is true. And I say that tongue in cheek, but it really presents a challenge when there is misinformation perpetuated on social media. And if you haven't seen a documentary, I have no ties to this documentary, just something that I watched in my personal time a couple of weeks ago. I encourage you to watch Social Dilemma. I think I saw it on Netflix. And it really talks about the algorithms that social media uses to feed information to you. And it's not really surprising. It kind of made sense when I heard about it, but I really hadn't fully considered the implications of that. And essentially, I'm simplifying it, but essentially, it takes what you like or you look at, and it feeds you more of that stuff. The same kind of thing. That's pretty understandable, because if you didn't like what you were seeing and it didn't resonate with you, you wouldn't come back as often or stay as long, and that's how they sell advertisement space. So it's understandable from that perspective, but when you look at something that's a self-perpetuating cycle, or in other words, an echo chamber, it further and further creates a divergence between the two groups. And I don't think it would be a stretch to say that most people have probably lost their ability to debate, somewhat pun intended because of the debate tonight, but there's a lot of lack of debate these days. And so when we have misinformation perpetuated by social media, it's really hard to overcome that. And how that pertains to the pandemic is that science, particularly emerging science, is not binary. It is not this or that. And one classic example that everybody will remember very early in this, it was masks don't help. In fact, masks may make it worse. That's before we knew what we know now. And I can give you 10 other examples of how science has evolved and emerged. And I bet if I took a poll right now, every single one of you would say, I want my doctor to keep learning and to keep evolving and changing with the science. But when we have this very split and divergent, fatal overdoses are up 26% in Tennessee. And in some cities, such as Knoxville, 84%. This is for a lot of different reasons, but we know that mental health
and or the Obion County Industrial Development Corporation, and must demonstrate a commitment to the overall well-being of their workplace in Obion County. We appreciate everyone that sent in nominations this year, and we will begin our ceremony with the 2020 Business Partner of the Year. The Messenger is in his 80th year in the Critchlow family, 95th year overall. Scott and David Critchlow Jr. represent the family's third generation, both having worked full-time at the newspaper since the 1980s. From the time the newspaper was bought by Ed Critchlow in 1940 and through the tenures of David Critchlow Sr. and now his sons David and Scott, the Messenger has prided itself on being the place to go for local news, sports, and advertising. While pursuing that goal, the Messenger and its staff have been recognized for being among the best in the state. Today, the Chamber would like to add to those accomplishments by awarding the Messenger as Business Partner of the Year.
My name is Scott Critchlow, the Messenger in Union City. Thank you, Obion County Chamber of Commerce, for awarding us Chamber Partner of the Year. A little history, in case you didn't know, my grandfather, Ed Critchlow, came to Obion County in 1940 and bought the paper. Since then, we've had two more generations, David Critchlow Jr. and myself. We have strived to give Obion County the best coverage since 1940. We added a brand new press back in the year 2000 to achieve the best quality we possibly could, and printing commercially in West Tennessee, Kentucky, and Illinois. We at the Messenger have been and will continue to be your best local, trusted news source we possibly could. Thank you so much, Obion County Chamber of Commerce, for this great award.
Thank you, Scott. Our next award is the Agricultural Business of the Year. First Choice Farm and Lawn was purchased in 2013 by Ron and Don Parks and Roger and David Williams. First Choice had 7 employees when they started in Union City, Tennessee. Soon to follow in the same year, they added First Choice Farm and Lawn location in Dyersburg, as well as the Cypress Creek Outdoors in Dyersburg on the same property. First Choice has grown its market share through providing exceptional service with their turf, agriculture, and construction equipment product lines. In the fall of 2015, they purchased a 3rd location in Savannah, Tennessee, and built a new facility. First Choice established a corporate office in Union City to accommodate the growth in 2016. And then in the fall of 2018, First Choice Farm and Lawn purchased Horizon Lawn and Tractor in Mayfield, Kentucky. Their new facility was completed in August of 2020. As of October 1st, First Choice is building its 5th location on the east side of Memphis, bringing the company into its metro market. First Choice Farm and Lawn attempts to bring a level of customer service that duplicates how business used to be conducted on a personal level. The support that has been given to us by the community has been our driving force, and that's obviously a quote, and will continue to be as we grow across West Tennessee and West Kentucky. Partnering with suppliers such as Kubota Tractor Corporation has brought confidence in them and their product offering to the customers. First Choice is pushing 100 employees and expects to hit around 120 by the time the Memphis launches in 2021. This business was built in Obion County and will continue to be operated and supported by the community members. Thanks so much for the support and opportunities provided to this great county.
On behalf of Ron and I and all of the team members at First Choice Farm and Lawn, we'd like to thank Obion County for choosing us as Ag Business of the Year. We're so excited to be in the community and have the community support us the way they have since we started business. We've been in business since 2012, and we've grown to almost 5 locations now across West Kentucky and West Tennessee with almost 100 employees. We're in any part of the ag business, from row crop, cattle, any of the equipment, aerial construction lifts, and then a huge market for zero-turn lawnmowers. So we just would really like to express our gratitude and thanks to Obion County for all that everyone has done for us over the past several years. Thank you.
Thank you, First Choice Farm and Lawn. Our next award is You Made It Happen. Tracy Boucher is a graduate of Obion County Central High School and earned her degree in business management from Bethel University. Ms. Boucher is a veteran of the U.S. Navy, where she was stationed on the USS Shenandoah. Additionally, Tracy served with the 913th Tennessee National Guard for 6 years. Currently, Tracy serves as the Chief Executive Officer for the Boys and Girls Club of Northwest Tennessee. When the Union City Club opened in November of 2004, Tracy started as a part-time art director. Within months, she was promoted to club director to oversee the day-to-day operations. In 2013, Tracy was named CEO of the organization, which by then had grown to 2 clubs, the Union City Club and the Humboldt, Tennessee Club, which was established in 2011. Throughout her career and with the Boys and Girls Club, Tracy has become certified in several aspects of youth development, executive leadership, as well as grant writing. Tracy is proud to call Obion County home and believes in the importance of helping others. as well as guiding the youth of our community to become responsible, caring, and productive citizens. She is chair of the Obion County Prevention Coalition, chair of the Obion County Health Council, a member of the Union City Kiwanis Club, and a graduate of the Obion County Adult Leadership Program. Tracy has 4 children, Chris, 27, Jacob, 23, Bree, 19, and Kenten, who is 8 years old. Tracy also has 3 grandchildren, Normandy, 6, Xander, 5, and Arbor, 1. She lives in Union City with her partner, Brian Williams.
It is such an honor to be awarded the You Made It Happen award for Obion County. I've worked with the Boys and Girls Clubs for over 15 years, and I love every minute of my job. I really do appreciate this award. Thank you very much.
Our next award is Industry of the Year. As many of you know, Williams Sausage is not new to the area. The business was started in Obion County in 1959 by Ms. Hazel Williams and the late Harold Lloyd Williams. They started the business in the middle of nowhere, even by Obion County standards. Locating there was a no-brainer. They had no money, and the land was free. Hazel had grown up just across the street in a small house that still stands today. Her parents owned and farmed the land across the street after receiving it as part of a Revolutionary War land grant. So there the plant was built, and after countless additions and renovations, it has grown to produce over 1.5 million pounds of product each week. Hazel and Harold's son, Roger and David Williams, began management of the operation in the early 1980s, growing from 50 employees to nearly 700 today. In 2017, it became evident that there was a need to expand the business model to include third-party logistics operations, including cold storage, consolidation, and transportation for product for customers. The problem was there was not enough room at the current site to build the needed space to house this new arm of the business. Finally, it was decided to build an entirely new facility in the industrial park of Union City, which would provide quick access to the future I-69. Since the completion of the plan in 2018, the company has invested over $40 million in the new facility and added over 200 new jobs. The company is still a family-owned business with the 3rd generation now actively involved in day-to-day management.
Well, thank y'all so much for choosing us as the 2020 Industry of the Year. It was certainly a surprise, but we are very honored to have been chosen. First and foremost, we just want to thank the entire Williams Sausage team. I'd say if 2020 has taught us anything, it is how truly blessed that we are to get to work with amazing and dedicated people every single day. And secondly, just for some of us here in the 3rd generation, we want to take the opportunity to thank our ancestors. Our grandmother Hazel, better known as Mimi, we don't know how you had the guts to start this business, but we're so glad that you did. And to my dad, Roger, and our Uncle David, who couldn't be with us right now, we know all the sacrifices that y'all have made for the past 40 plus years. We're just thankful for the opportunity to get to be a part of it now and cross our fingers that we don't screw anything up. And finally, we just want to thank the City of Union City and Obion County for all the support that they've shown us for years and continue to show us today. This is truly a great place to be in business and an even better place to live. Thank y'all.
Thank you, Williams Sausage. Ms. Hazel and Roger, I think I heard her say that y'all were ancestors in there. I hope you're still around. Our champion of the Health Award is given to Tyson. When the pandemic first began, Tyson, Obion County did not take a wait-and-see approach to how they address the potential problems that might arise from COVID-19. Instead, they began implementing healthcare safety procedures immediately to protect the people they employ, the products they produce, and the communities in which they operate. Although corporate guidelines was not plant-specific at first due to the wide range of businesses in which Tyson operates, Tyson, Obion County took a variety of protective measures to help prevent the spread of COVID-19 within its facility. Interestingly enough, many of the healthcare-related capital improvements Tyson OBC had put into place were ultimately adopted by Tyson Corporate for implementation into other poultry facilities. Tyson OBC has invested approximately $2.25 million this year on COVID-19 related healthcare improvements to its facilities. A few of these improvements included a divider sheets being hung between every line employee within 6 feet of one another throughout the production facility, installing separation dividers for all break area tables, providing multiple CDC-approved masks to all 1,800 employees on a daily basis, tripling the number of team members dedicated to cleaning and disinfecting all welfare areas within the facility, providing dozens of additional hand sanitizing stations throughout the complex, installing automated temperature scanning stations at multiple entrances, and using the top-of-the-line ventilation systems throughout the facility. Tyson Obion County has also gone above and beyond from a financial perspective for its team members. On 2 separate occasions, Tyson paid out $500 bonuses to all qualified team members. Furthermore, over the last 6 months, Tyson has paid out nearly $20,000 to team members if they had to be off for an extended period of time due to COVID-19. Finally, Tyson provided its team members with free Tyson products on 4 separate occasions to ensure that no team member or their family is without food during these tough economic times. From a community response standpoint to COVID-19, Tyson Obion County stepped up to the plate by providing $15,000 COVID-19 related grant to small businesses in Obion County through the Main Street organization. Tyson Obion County has also sponsored community feeds on 2 separate occasions at a total cost of $30,000 to help support those in need or adversely affected by the pandemic. Tyson Obion County went one step further by donating $10,000 worth of products to local food banks throughout Northwest Tennessee whose supplies had been depleted by the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic and ensuing economic downturn. Finally, Tyson is currently in the process of donating $30,000 to our local school districts to help out local educators with school expenditures. As the largest employer in Obion County, Tyson recognizes its responsibility to the community to always do the right thing, no matter the cost. The changes made within the Obion County facility have not only had a direct impact on the health and well-being of the team members that work at Tyson, but an indirect protective effect on the health of Obion County and surrounding communities as well.
I would like to thank the Obion County Chamber of Commerce for recognizing the team at Tyson Foods, Obion County, Tennessee for the Champion of Health Award. It may seem kind of strange that a food manufacturing facility is receiving such an award, but we say all the time, we're not in the chicken business, we're in the people business. Our people's health, safety, and well-being is not a priority. It's a culture. It's what we do and how we live every day. During the COVID-19 crisis, we made a lot of changes in our facility, changes to our policies to help our team get through the crisis. We also had a lot of things that we did to help people in our city get through the crisis. We work hard to be indispensable to our city and our community because our community is indispensable to us. So thank you very much for recognizing our team. I wish they could all be here, but we have to social distance. So thank you. Be safe, be healthy, and God bless.
Thank you very much for that, Keith. Congratulations to Tyson. I would like to also give thanks to Carl, Wes, and David from the IT department for putting all the film and IT stuff together. So thank you guys. It's really appreciated. I'd like to talk about the Young Professional of the Year Award. It's very well deserved. Katie Jarvis is the marketing and PR manager of Discovery Park of America in Union City. For 5 years, she was the social media manager before moving up to her current position. And Jarvis received her degree in communications from the University of Tennessee at Martin. She is a member of the Union City Kiwanis Club. She's a board member for the Masquerade Theater at Union City, Main Street. Scott Williams, CEO of Discovery Park, said that Katie Jarvis has been at Discovery Park since 2015 when, as a recent UT Martin graduate, she walked uninvited into the corporate office with great enthusiasm and offered to go to work. Mary Nita Bondret hired her on the spot to be the voice of Taggy the Robot, and 5 years later she serves as the organization's marketing and PR manager. She truly exemplifies the spirit of Obion County's young executives who are making a difference in our community and here at Discovery Park. Congratulations, Katie Jarvis.
What an honor it is to be chosen as the Young Professional of the Year here in Obion County. It has been so much fun living here for the past 6.5 years. I love the people of this county and just the niceness that everybody has towards me. It's just really incredible, and I don't think you can find it anywhere else in the world. As a young professional living in Obion County and working at one of the premier museums in Northwest Tennessee and really the world, it has just been so much fun learning from great mentors and role models and just everybody in this community and in the tourism community. It's a new day every day here at Discovery Park and in tourism in general, and so it's just an honor to be chosen as the Young Professional of the Year in Obion County. Thank you again.
Congratulations, Katie. Now on to the Ambassador of the Year award, Audrey Gregg. Born and raised in the Union City area, Audrey Gregg is an employee at Baird Private Wealth Management, formerly Hilliard Lines. Audrey became involved with the Obion County Chamber of Commerce as an adult leadership class participant at the suggestion of her late aunt, Michelle Barnes, who we all loved and admired, in 2017. She joined the Adult Leadership Board in 2018 and is the current vice president. She became a chamber ambassador when she started at Baird in 2018 and enjoys attending chamber events. Her favorite way to represent the chamber is at ribbon cuttings, as it means a business is bringing exciting new growth to the area, and I couldn't agree more. Audrey is the president of the PTO at Union City Elementary School, the treasurer and a past president of the Union City JEDC, a Chimes for Charity executive board member, a founding board member of the Obion County Backpack Program, and a longtime volunteer with the Hometown Walk of Hope. And she is also a part-time assistant choreographer at Center Stage School of Dance. She is actively involved with her church and enjoys reading and traveling with her husband Blake and 9-year-old daughter Sadie. Ben Ferguson describes Audrey as someone who is a hard worker, she's trustworthy, dependable, and truly cares about developing long-lasting relationships with her clients. He said, and I quote, "We are proud of her community involvement and grateful to have her on our team. This award is well-deserved." Congratulations, Audrey.
Hi, I just want to say thank you so much for the honor of being chosen Ambassador of the Year. I love our town, I love our community. I think we have the best chamber around, and I'm so honored I get to represent it, and I cannot wait to see where we go from here. Thanks again.
And congratulations again. Board Member of the Year Award. This goes to a good friend of mine, Mr. George Leake. George Leake is Secondary Supervisor of Instruction for Obion County Schools. He is currently in his 20th year in education, and he has also served as a middle school teacher and a coach, assistant principal, and principal prior to his current role. Leake has helped secure funding from private donors and the Obion County Commission for a state-of-the-art mechatronics engineering program at Obion County Central High School that was previously mentioned by Mr. Art Sparks, as well as helped implement STEM, Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math, program at South Fulton High School. He is a graduate of Obion County Adult Leadership Class of 2015, one of my fellow classmates. He's a Westar Leadership Class of 2020 and currently serves on the Chamber of the Commerce Board of Directors as President-elect and West Tennessee Vice President, Tennessee Directors of Career and Technical Education. Leake has been married 17 years to Shyla, 5th grade teacher at Hillcrest, and has 3 kids, Cale, Anna Francis, and Chess. George attends Troy United Methodist Church. Please help me in congratulating Mr. George Leake, Board Member of the Year.
Good evening, Obion County, and thank you for being honored as the 2020 Board Member of the Year. It really is an honor to be selected as the Board Member of the Year for Obion County because this year has been such a very odd year, and I feel like Obion County has been able to withstand a lot of the storm surrounding all of the pandemic of COVID, and hopefully Obion County will be stronger because of that. This is about my 5th year being involved with the Board of Directors for the Chamber of Commerce, and with my role at Obion County Schools as instructional supervisor, I get to work with students and with businesses to try to help create opportunities for students in the future so that our best students are not leaving and never coming back, but we're actually investing in our future by having opportunities for them to create careers right here in Obion County. So again, thank you very much for the honor of being selected as Board Member of the Year for 2020. I look forward to many other great events and many other wonderful opportunities going forward in Obion County. Thanks again.
Congratulations, George. Small Business of the Year Award. Blue Bank Resort is constantly working hard to improve and broaden its customer base. Over the past couple of years, they have grown a very knowledgeable and hardworking staff and are ready to provide a unique venue for avid outdoorsmen, families, large groups, and events. In 2020, they expanded the kitchen, made upgrades to the dining room, created a new pool bar to hold the private events, and have a new bar inside the restaurant that showcases the best local craft beers. The Fish House restaurant is located on the water's edge with a gorgeous view, live music, and fire pits perfectly placed along the shore for your enjoyment. Blue Bank Restaurants features 750 feet of real Foot Lake waterfront, as well as a half-a-mile walking trail and butterfly garden. At Blue Bank, it's possible to encounter a myriad of beautiful flowers, monarchs, many species of birds, as well as majestic American bald eagles. Over 60 species of fish, and even Santa Claus during the Winter Wonderland. In 2020, Blue Bank was honored to be listed among America's top 5 great autumn escapes. In addition to the outstanding fishing and duck hunting Blue Bank was founded on, they also offer many annual events and festivals. Some of the favorites are wine tastings with local wineries, arts and crafts festivals, butterfly festivals, and many, many more. Blue Bank Resort is honored to accept this award and are always excited for the growth of Obion County and ecotourism in West Tennessee. Congratulations to Fish Hayes and Blue Bank Resort.
Hi, and we're so glad everybody's here, and we want to thank the Chamber of Commerce for our Small Business of the Year Award. We are so thrilled to have it. We've worked really hard this year on trying to make a lot of new improvements, and we've been here for 5 generations. My sons will be the 5th generation taking over, so we've worked a long time. We're so happy for this award. We want to invite everybody to either come eat with us or come see our new Christmas. We're already working on it, believe it or not, putting Christmas up. We want to thank you so much for this award.
Congratulations again to Blue Bank Resort. Business of the Year Award. John W. Cook built his first pool in his own backyard in Trimble during the summer of 1969. With the help of his kids, he was filling that pool in July, and on the same day that man walked on the moon, the Cook family went for their first swim. The neighbors quickly heard that Mr. Cook had what he had done, and several asked for him to build one for their families. He built 3 pools during that first year, and his side job was born. It eventually became Custom Pools located in Troy. In 1991, the business moved to its current location in Union City and was renamed Aloha Pools and Spas. The business grew, and the Cook siblings added locations, and eventually split into 3 separate entities in 2015. Brad Cook retained ownership of the stores in Union City, Cape Girardeau, and Jonesboro, Arkansas. During March of this year, yes, during a pandemic, he opened a 4th location in Marion, Illinois, after 3 decades of commitment. Brad has a dream that energizes him every day, not to be the largest pool company, but to be the best company in the areas that Aloha serves. Currently, Aloha Pools and Spas of Union City has 15 construction crews and over 100 employees. Building pools from St. Louis to Mount Vernon to Nashville to Memphis to Mountain Home, Arkansas, and all construction originates right here in Obion County. In addition, Aloha operates 7 service trucks managed by a centralized service department that is also located right here in Union City. Aloha loves everything about Obion County, the families, the schools, the churches, the arts, and the businesses. The Aloha family is always on the front row for new productions at Masquerade Theater, and for 10 years, they have partnered with West Tennessee Special Olympics to sponsor and hold the Polar Plunge, raising over $110,000 for local charities. Brad Cook, owner of Aloha Pools and Spas, said, "My Aloha family is the reason that this company is successful. I want us all to do the right thing in every situation, even when it costs the company's bottom line. Our best referrals come from our customers who have seen us at our worst and have watched us stay with them until we got it right. And I am grateful for each person who gave my dad his start and to those who have kept us all busy over the last 51 years. Congratulations to Aloha Pools and Spas."
I'd like to thank the people and the members of the Obion County Chamber of Commerce for nominating us as Business of the Year. At Aloha Pools and Spas, we've been around the Union City area since 1990. We've slowly grown into 4 stores in 4 states, and we have 100+ employees. What started out as a seasonal business is now year-round, and I would like to think that this is much bigger than just the Cook family. This is my Aloha family, and we couldn't do everything that we do without this group, plus about 80 or 90 others, and probably about 40 different families. And I really appreciate the nomination. I'm honored. I didn't understand why I got it, but we're really appreciative of it. We love Obion County, and this will be our home forever.
Congratulations again to Aloha Pools and Spas. That does it for the awards. However, I would be remiss if I did not thank the past president that put me in this position during the pandemic, Mr. Donnie Walton. He served the Obion County Chamber for 19 and 20 and did a phenomenal job. He does a great job at Commercial Bank, and he's a good friend. So I'd like to thank Donnie Walton, and would present him with a plaque if I had one. But thank you again, Donnie Walton, for being the past president, and thanks again. Now for closing remarks from Mr. Art Sparks.
Thank you, Portis. We're going to close out. This has been different. I think everybody has seen it's been different. The pandemic has caused everybody to have to change the way and their method of operation. A few things that I would say at the end is simply that if you've got something to say about Obion County, say something good about Obion County. This is a great place to live. It's easy to take pot shots at everything, but there are a lot of great things if you just step back and look at Obion County. The other thing is encourage people to come to Obion County, maybe even to live. I say that simply because I can name right now 6 manufacturing companies that would love to have and be able to hire people. They're actively looking to hire people, but they're very difficult to find. So if you've got somebody that is looking for a job, encourage them to look at Obion County. With that said, that brings to the conclusion our first and hopefully last virtual chamber banquet. Thank you all for attending.